The distress beacon pierced through subspace like a scream in the void. Ambassador Kelrix of the Vinthera Coalition clutched the armrest of his command chair as his frigate shuddered under plasma fire. 3 Krell warships surrounded them, their predatory hulls blocking any escape vector. All shields failing, his tactical officer reported, mandibles clicking in distress. Hull breaches on decks 4 and 7. Kelrix felt his heart sink. 20 years of diplomatic service, countless treaties negotiated, and it would end here. In an unmarked system because his convoy had stumbled upon a Krell slaving operation. The reptilian species didn't appreciate witnesses. "Send the distress signal on all frequencies," Kelrix ordered. "Someone, Ambassador," his communications officer interrupted, her antennae trembling. "We're receiving responses." Multiple responses. "The Krell?" Kelrix asked. "No, sir. They're human vessels." Kelrix's secondary eyes widened. Humans, 73 years ago. When humanity had first ventured beyond their solar system in those primitive fusion drive ships, a Vinthera merchant. Captain had found them drifting, their vessel crippled by a reactor malfunction. Against regulations, against common sense, the captain had stopped to help. He'd shared supplies, provided repairs, and asked nothing in return. The humans never forgot. "How many ships?" Kelrix asked. The communications officer checked her display, then checked again. "Sir, I'm reading 47 human vessels. Correction 62. No, wait." Her voice cracked. "Every human ship within 3 parsecs is changing course toward our position." Captain Maria Okonkwo was hauling industrial polymers to the Deneb colonies when the call came through. She'd been nursing a cup of synthetic coffee, reviewing cargo manifests, when her ship's AI Prometheus announced, "Captain Vinthera, distress beacon detected." Multiple Vinthera vessels under attack by Krell forces. Maria had the throttle open before Prometheus finished speaking. "Cancel the Deneb run," she ordered. "Plot fastest intercept course. Redline the engines if you have to." "Captain, our contract?" "Damn the contract. The Vinthera need help." "Understood. Multiple Terran vessels are already responding. I coordinate with them." Maria smiled grimly. "Of course they are. Tell them Captain Okonkwo of the Defiant Spirit is inbound ETA 16 minutes, out of her grandmother's stories how a Vinthera captain had saved the crew of the first. Light decades ago when humanity's first deep space explorers had nearly died in the dark. Every human child learned that story in school. It was practically scripture. Humanity remembered its debts. The Krell commander, Thask, watched his view screen with satisfaction as the Vinthera shields collapsed. Another few salvos, and the diplomatic vessel would be nothing but debris. Then something appeared at the edge of his sensors, 1 ship, then 10, then 50. "Commander, we have multiple contacts entering the system," his sensor operator hissed. "What faction?" "Terran, sir." "Human vessels of various classifications." That scales rippled with confusion. The humans had no formal alliance with the Vinthera. This system was outside any established Terran protection zone. They dare to interfere. "Any warships?" "None, Commander. They appear to be cargo. Haulers, passenger liners, mining vessels, and private craft." Thatsk's tongue flickered in amusement. "Civilians. They send civilians against Krell battlecruisers." But his amusement died as the sensor readings updated. Every human vessel, regardless of type, was accelerating at combat velocities directly toward his position. Mining vessels activated industrial cutting lasers. Cargo haulers opened holds to reveal improvised missile pods. Even the passenger liner bristled with what appeared to be hastily mounted defensive weapons. "Commander," his tactical officer said nervously, "they're not slowing down. They're not requesting parley. They're not even issuing warnings. They're simply coming." Captain Okonkwo dropped the Defiant Spirit out of FTL like a meteor entering atmosphere. Her cargo hauler shuddered as she diverted all power from freight containment to engines and weapons. "Broadcasting on all frequencies," Prometheus announced. 53 Terran vessels now in system. 91 more inbound. Maria opened a channel. "Krell vessels, this is Captain Maria Okonkwo of Earth. You are attacking beings under Terran protection. You have 30 seconds to stand down and withdraw." Static crackled before a sibilant voice responded. "Terran protection?" There is no treaty, no alliance, no legal. I said 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. Maria cut him off. We don't need treaties to protect those who once protected us. 20 seconds. She watched her tactical display as human ships formed a loose sphere around the damaged Vinthera vessels. A mining hauler captained by someone named Chen positioned itself between the largest Krell warship and Ambassador Kelrix's frigate. A passenger liner named Nostalgic Journey began cycling its point defense systems. 10 seconds. Choose wisely. Commander Thask stared at his screen. More human vessels continued to arrive, dropping out of FTL in flashes of Surinkaff radiation. They came from mining operations, trade routes, exploration missions. Wherever they'd been, whatever they'd been doing, they'd simply come. He calculated odds, assessed firepower, considered honor and victory, and the reality of facing an enemy that would willingly sacrifice cargo haulers to protect another species. An enemy that apparently maintained no formal alliances yet inspired fanatical loyalty through mere memory of past kindness. These humans fought not for contracts or territory, but for something his species had abandoned millennia ago. Withdraw, Thask ordered. Full retreat. His officers looked stunned, but they complied. The 3 Krell warships turned and vanished into FTL, leaving Ambassador Kelrix's battered convoy intact. Maria received Ambassador Kelrix's message an hour later. The Vinthora diplomat's image trembled with emotion as he spoke. Captain Okonkwo, I must ask, how did you mobilize so many ships so quickly? What authority coordinated this response? Maria smiled. No authority, Ambassador, just memory. One of your people helped us once when we were vulnerable and alone. Every human knows that story. Every human child learns it. When the call went out that the Vinthera needed help, she shrugged. We came. All of us. Kelrix was silent for a long moment. Your species is remarkable, Captain. No, Ambassador. We're just human. We remember kindness. We honor debts. And we protect those who once protected us. Maria glanced at her crew. It's what we do. As the Defiant Spirit resumed its journey to Deneb, Maria thought about her grandmother's stories and smiled. Humanity had learned many things among the stars' technology.
Diplomacy.
Warfare. But they'd never forgotten the most important lesson. Those who show compassion deserve compassion in return. Even across the vast darkness of space, even decades later, they'd come when called, and they always would.